In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew heads delegation to CARICOM Cuba Summit in Barbados. Prime Minister rejects Hamilton Reserve Bank press release statement, and a total of 12 candidates nominated for Nevis elections. The details to these stories and more after the break. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, is leading a delegation in Bridgetown, Barbados for the 8th CARICOM Cuba Summit, which took place at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center on Tuesday. The Prime Minister is accompanied by Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzil Douglas, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Prime Minister's Office, Naima Hazel, St. Kitts and Nevis's Resident Ambassador to the Republic of Cuba, Her Excellency Verna Mills, Ambassador-designate Larry Vaughan, the head of the Regional Integration and Diaspora Unit, and Samuel Berridge, Senior Assistant Secretary and RIDU representative. This year's summit commemorates 50 years of the establishment of the CARICOM Cuba diplomatic relations. The summit is co-chaired by His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, President of the Republic of Suriname and Chairman of the Conference of CARICOM Heads of State and Government, and His Excellency Miguel Diaz-Canel Bermudez, President of the Council of State and the Council of Ministers of the Republic of Cuba. Items on the agenda for the one-day summit included opening remarks by Secretary General of CARICOM, Dr. Carla N. Barnett, Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Mia Motley, President of Cuba, His Excellency Miguel Diaz-Canel Bermudez, and President of Suriname, His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santokhi. The program of work for the summit included an overview of bilateral relations, health, agriculture and food security, climate change and disaster reduction, global issues and multilateral cooperation, and the adoption of the joint CARICOM-Cuba Declaration, the Bridgetown Declaration. St. Kitts and Nevis established diplomatic relations with the Republic of Cuba on May 10 of 1995. The relationship between the two countries has borne many fruits, including scholarship offers to study in Cuba in many fields, including medicine and engineering, as well as healthcare assistance. Meanwhile, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew has rejected a statement attributed to him in a paid press release published on various international news sites and social media propaganda pages. In the published article, the Prime Minister was allegedly quoted in a statement that he did not make about Hamilton Reserve Bank. The Prime Minister, upon being notified of the article, said, quote, "It is highly improper for any company to pay for the international publishing of a quote which I did not make. The general public must know that I did not make any comment about Hamilton Reserve Bank publicly or privately in Dubai or otherwise." End quote. The paid press release was published on the web pages of Yahoo Finance, Associated Press, Business Wire, and local social media page, the St. Kitts Nevis Times, Times Caribbean. In other news, a total of 12 candidates will be vying for seats in the upcoming Nevis elections. Nomination day was on Monday, and aside from the 10 candidates of the two major parties, the Concerned Citizens Movement and the Nevis Reformation Party, there were also 2 candidates from the Moral Restoration Movement. In constituency number 2, Samuel Keynes was nominated to contest the seat for the MRM. Mr. Keynes was nominated by Charles Keynes of Brownhill and Louis Freeman of Cane Garden. In constituency number 4, Patricia Mills Jeffers was nominated for the MRM, and she was nominated by Frank Brandy of Camps Village and Yvette Brandy of Brickkiln Village. Over the next few days, campaigning for all parties is expected to shift into high gear. Election day slated for December 12. The talented teen pageant for Sugar Mass 51 will now be staged at Carnival Village dubbed Wonderland for this year's festivities. Initially, the pageant was supposed to be held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. However, following a sold-out notice on the Facebook page of the National Carnival Committee, many voiced their wish to have the venue changed to accommodate more patrons. The contestants vying for the crown are Brenna Paul, Miss Keon High School; Kajoy Isaac, Miss Washington Archibald High School; Saya Mason, Miss Charles E. Mills Secondary School; Takayla Hart Jackson, Miss Verchilds High School; Zara Humphrey, Miss Bastair High School; Michaela Martin, Miss Immaculate Conception Catholic School; Hadassah Daniel, Miss Gingerland Secondary School; and Malia Erskine, Miss Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College. The National Carnival Committee announced the update in a Facebook post on Tuesday. After the break, gender champions inducted and fire officers review 2022 call responses. Stay with us. Welcome back. 5 persons were inducted into the first cohort of gender champions at an induction ceremony hosted by the Ministry of Social Services and Gender Affairs on Tuesday. The inductees are Taliba Byron, Pastor Eugene Springett, Marissa Hobson-Newman, Melvin Agard, and Natasha Gray Brooks. Gender Officer Chanel Charles explained who is regarded as a gender champion.
Gender champions are envisioned as responsible persons who facilitates an enabling environment within their community, where men, women, boys and girls are treated with dignity, respect and fairness, no matter their age, race, socio-economic background or culture. Our gender champions today has contributed significantly from pro bono services to sheltering victims of domestic violence, from being mentors to men and women, to building even silent witnesses.
Minister of Gender Affairs, the Honorable Iseline Phillip, spoke of the importance of recognizing these individuals.
Oftentimes, we may not see the faces of the persons who are impacted by this violence, and we also don't see the people who are actually working to support these people in their strive to exit these situations. And so it's really important for us to recognize and appreciate the people who do provide support services, whether that's pro bono legal services, shelter support services, transportation, mentoring, and any kind of support. And your volunteerism is really appreciated by the department because we don't always have the resources through government, and so we really want to recognize and encourage you to continue supporting and to let you know that we agree.
Permanent Secretary of Social Development and Gender Affairs, Azilla Clark, congratulated the inductees and outlined the role they play.
Our gender champions play a critical role along the spectrum of change, service, and advocacy. We acknowledge your selfless service, commitment to justice and peace, and overall gender equality. We look forward to working with each of you on this issue and others of public interest, public and private interest, to build a federation which we all will be pleased to live in and to pass on to our children. Congratulations to you, our first class of inductees, and we look forward to much more in the coming years.
The induction of the gender champions forms part of the activities for the 2022 observance of the 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence. As we approach the end of 2022, fire officers from the St. Kitts Nevis Fire and Rescue Services provided an overview of the calls they've responded to for the year. During ZIZ Radio's Fire Talk on Tuesday, Fire Substation Officer Romel Williams outlined the types of calls they've responded to throughout the year.
We would have responded to, numerous calls throughout the year, whether it was structural fires, bush fires, accidents, animal rescues, even assisting persons who who would have locked themselves out of their houses. So the calls were numerous. And
he added that there was no loss of life for the fire department this year. However, there were a few minor injuries.
But all in all, I would want to say that we had a good year. We didn't have any fatalities at the fire department. There may have been some minor injuries, but no fatalities, and we just want to give God thanks for that.
Fire Talk airs every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. during the morning show with GQ. At a recent Citizenship by Investment Program Evolution event in Dubai, Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Marsha Henderson, boasted of the nation's success in the tourism industry and the new tourism campaign Venture Deeper, which encourages travelers to indulge in the wonders of St. Kitts and Nevis. Minister Henderson informed the attendees that the Federation continues to revisit and innovate the current tourism product. She said, quote, "In terms of travel accommodations, both islands, in keeping with our sustainable tourism agenda, offer green and eco-friendly options, including Wally Beach Resort in Nevis, which has received Green Globe certification, as well as Belmont Farm and Sunset Reef, both on St. Kitts," end quote. She added that the Twin Island Federation, quote, "continues to enjoy high visitor ratings as we offer rich experiences steeped in culture and history. We continue to experience tourism success as seen this past summer with the St. Kitts Music Festival, as well as the successfully executed St. Kitts and Nevis Restaurant Week in July," end quote. She also added that efforts have been made to improve airlift to St. Kitts and Nevis and to bolster the tourism product. St. Kitts and Nevis recently received recognition from the World Travel Awards as the Caribbean's leading dive destination and the best Caribbean hiking destination from the Caribbean Journal. Coming up in regional news, Trinidad and Tobago Engineering and Construction Company questions Paria's rescue efforts. The details when we return.
Triple that, triple cashback, grab and win. Thousands of dollars in cashback coupons is up for grabs in this triple cashback season at Horswood's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture with their massive triple that, triple cashback, grab and win. Every hire purchase customer will not only get triple cashback on every FlexPay purchase, they will also get a chance to grab thousands of dollars in cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries in their triple cashback grab and win promotion. Yes, thousands of dollars in cashback coupons for free groceries is up for grabs with Horswood's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Stores. Triple that, triple cashback, grab and win. Come now and grab great deals, great prices, great furniture and appliances, and grab thousands of dollars in free groceries at Horswood's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store. Triple that, triple cashback, grab and win. Thousands up for grabs today. See store for details.
Of order. Are you still on this son? Still on this son? When we get it back on the road, we don't know. When we get it back in the bed, we don't know. When we go still and wine again, we don't know. What if cannibal sail on the ark again? We don't know.
You should be here.
One thing for sure.